best job to earn as much money as possible, but with as little stress as possible? You guys have been asking me that question a lot recently, so let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Caroline. I'm a career coach and I specialise in helping people in their 20s and 30s work out what they want to do with their careers. And every single day I see people asking that question, and for me it has two major flaws. Because being high paid is relative to where you live, and being highly stressed is subjective to the person that you are. And so what happens when people ask that question is people online then give them a whole list of jobs that worked for them, but because they're not tailored to who you are as a person, you then try and apply them to yourself and go, oh, actually these don't really fit with me. So instead of asking that question of other people, what if I gave you two questions for you to ask yourself that will actually get you much closer to the answer here? First thing you need to be thinking about is, what is high paid for me? Because for some people, being paid 50k a year is going to feel like absolutely loads, but for other people, that might not feel like enough. And the second thing to think about is, what is it that causes you stress at work? What is it that you want to avoid going forward? Because the thing is, until you're really clear on that, and until you know what those red flags are, you won't know how to avoid them when you're looking at jobs in the future. Because if you work out those two things, what you actually do is give yourself some tangible criteria against which you can then judge job opportunities based on what actually would work for you, not just some random bloke on the internet who really loves coding. So I hope that helps, and if you do ever need any help working out what career path is going to be the best fit for you, hit the link in my bio. You can find out a little bit more about how I might be able to help you.
There are some really good high-paying jobs in the healthcare field that are outside of nursing, and I don't think this is talked about enough. But listen, radiology techs, CAT scan techs, MRI techs, people that are in the field of ultrasound and sonography, they are making top dollars. Some of them are making close to six figures, some over six figures. Some of them are making what nurses make, and some are making more. So if you are looking for a field to enter, if you're going to school, or if you're just looking to pivot into another career, those are some really good careers that are not as stressful as nursing, and they pay just as much, if not more. And I have friends in both fields, and I get stories from each side. And when I tell you, people that are radiology technicians, CAT scan techs, MRI techs, they love their jobs. They say it's not as stressful. You can actually enjoy the work. And I just feel like that's something that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people go into nursing thinking like, okay, this is the only good paying job in healthcare. And that is not true, baby. When I tell you, it is some money out there. And if you are in any of those fields, can you just comment below and just tell us your experience? Because it's a lot of people that are running into nursing unaware of the other fields that pay really good.
Do you like the medical field? Do you like helping people? Consider being an ultrasound tech. For one, you're not going to spend years in school. This requires just a 2-year degree, an associate's degree. It is said to be one of the lowest stress-free jobs.
But wait, there's more. You could get even more pay with a traveling medical agency. Here's what a 13-week assignment looks like for this particular agency. You could be making over $60K in just 3 months. A typical year's income. Y'all better look into it.
I think everyone needs that at some point in their careers. You want a chill, high-paying job. Take a look at this list right here. You can break in and start making bank without doing too much.
Life is already stressful as it is, so here are some low-stress, high-paying jobs. First, we have environmental economist with a median salary of $105,000. Then we have mathematician with a median salary of $108,000. Political scientist who basically just study political systems and governments with a median salary of $122,000. Chemical engineer with a median salary of $105,000. Physicist with median salary of $152,000. Like and follow for part 2.
OMG ladies, I am so blown away by the responses of that previous video. Thank you all for giving your recommendations and tips on alternative careers. So after reading through over 800 comments, I was able to pull more career options for you ladies. So from my research, none of these require a 4-year degree. They either require 2 years of education, certifications, or a license. Please feel free to screenshot and do as much research as you need. The reason why I chose these specific careers out of the comments is because these are competitive with 4-year degrees and master degrees. which means you'll be making just as much, if not more, with these careers. They all require a low barrier of entry, low upfront costs, and very little time to complete. The goal is to give you alternative career options and allow you to work smarter and not harder. Follow for more advice for women.
Here are some certified girl boss career paths, which you're probably not that familiar with, for the girlies who do not want to rely on anyone else and want to make their own money. Being a content creator on social media, yes, it's actually a career path. All you need is yourself and a camera. You need to be interesting, you need to be creative, and most of all, you need to be consistent. Once you've created an engaged following, it's very realistic to be able to make good money from anywhere in the world. Accounting. It's really not just a boring career for old men. ICAEW offers the ACA qualification and gets you ready to work in accounting for the world's most renowned financial services firms, charities, startups, etc. Members can earn on average 57k in the first 0 to 2 years after qualifying. Girl Boss certified. It's a weatherproof industry. You can work in any industry: sports, medicine, pharma, beauty, fashion. Everyone needs an accountant. Software engineering. Again, it's not just for the boys. Such an in-demand skill, seriously lacking in women, and most job openings can be done fully remotely from anywhere in the world. If you're figuring out what to do at uni, look into computer sciences, and if you've already come out at the other end, learn to code in an in-demand language, because that's where the money is. And lastly, for the smart, bubbly, extroverted, outgoing girlies who could sell ice to an Eskimo, tech sales. Salesforce, Oracle, Microsoft, Slack, Cisco, SAP, Zendesk. If you've ever worked in corporate, these all ring a bell. Well, those companies all need salespeople. Again, the pay is really good. Girl Boss certified.
Easy jobs to get into that pay 6 figures. There's levels to it, but if you just want to make good money,
here are 2 easy tech roles where you can make 6 figures. The first one is customer success manager. For this one, you don't need to have any degree or any technical experience. All you need to do is be good with customer support and you can get this job. And you're basically just making sure that your customers are happy with the product. And the second one is system administration. System admin is something that I did for many years, and it is a very quick, easy job, right? So you will need to know technical skills, but you won't be bothered much. You'll have a lot of downtime and you'll make a lot of money.
If you're trying to find a good career that's high paying, likely remote, likely has a great PTO schedule. Come here, sister. Come here, sister. I got you. Welcome to Careers You Didn't Know Existed, Part 1. Today, we are talking about marketing. So if you're creative and you're intrigued by the influencer industry, but you don't really want to be a creator yourself, there's like a good 15 different roles in influencer marketing that do not require you to be an influencer. Let's talk about a partnerships manager. This one is my fave. I don't know, I might be a little biased. But if you feel like you're really creative and you know the type of people that need to work together, like you can see an influencer and you're like, they need to work with this product. Or you see the brand and you're like, they need to work with this influencer, then this might be the role for you. This is the type of role that does really cool stuff like what Nara Smith just did with Marc Jacobs. If you haven't seen that, you might want to go see it. This is a manager role, but you can enter this department from like an intern, coordinator, associate, VP, director, senior director, all of the above. Now, if you're intrigued by influencer marketing, but you don't really think you're that creative, campaign management. Campaign management in the influencer/marketing world is really like a project manager or other field. So you're essentially responsible for the success of the campaign. You're going to work with different departments. You're going to make sure the budget, the timelines, the deliverables, everything is on track. And you get to contribute to some really like cool creative campaigns without having a lick of creative juice in your body. If you want to learn more about really cool careers that exist, not just in marketing, like and follow for more. Bye.
Becoming a nurse, administrative assistant, teacher, or nursing assistant are some of the most common careers for women. This is reported by the U.S. Department of Labor. But what if someone wants to make more money? Because an administrative assistant, on average, makes $39,000 a year. If you have any of these jobs, I'm going to offer you some alternatives. For my nurses, if you have not seen my Get Out of Bedside video, make sure you go and watch it because I give you so many options to enter clinical research. From being a CRA, CRC, or CTM, those jobs will land you in the 6-figure range. Offering teachers alternatives has always been difficult for me because I understand when you go into teaching, you really want to change people's lives. I think that's what teachers do. Some of my teachers that I've had in high school, middle school, even college have literally changed my life. I feel like becoming a recruiter is a great alternative to pursuing teaching. If you're interested in building relationships with people and helping them throughout their career journey, recruiting is a great path. More importantly, the national average for a biotech recruiter is $86,000 a year. I've worked with Meet Recruitment before. I absolutely love them. I think they're top tier in biotech and biopharma. And they pay pretty well. No experience needed. Entry-level recruiter, $50,000 to $80,000 a year. Now, for administrative assistants, the alternative I would offer is people operations. The average annual salary for someone working in people operations is about $52,000 a year, but that's a leg up from the $39,000 on average. Now, of course, I did my research for you guys. This is a company called Surf Air. I was really just looking for entry-level people operations roles that wouldn't require a bachelor's degree, and they were one of them. These are some of the roles that they're hiring for, but I think what will be important when you're looking for people operations role without like a human resources related degree, for the companies that are interested in a people hire, a personality hire, rather than just a degree holder. And last but not least, my nursing assistants. I think clinical trial recruitment is a great option. And clinical trial recruitment is not the same as being like a technical recruiter for a job. You're actually working with people who will participate in studies. On average, clinical trial recruiters make $80,000 a year. You can also look into becoming a drug safety specialist. I'm going to give you 2 job postings right now. Here's a drug safety assistant role for Pfizer. When I looked at the job description, it didn't say anything about educational requirements. It said if you didn't have a bachelor's, like years of experience in a relevant area would be fine. So working as a nursing assistant, you do get necessary clinical experience, so I feel like it'll be fine. And here is the clinical trial recruitment representative role, where they also didn't actually ask for a bachelor's or anything like that. I believe associate was completely fine, or experience. There are so many jobs out there, and even though we may see things that say like most common careers for women is RN and being an assistant, there's so many options for you if you just look a little deeper.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play
feminine job, a feminine career. If you have an ultra feminine career, men are more likely to accept that versus a masculine or competing career. If you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever, that's competition. If you're a stylist, if you're a makeup artist, if you're a YouTuber, it's less intimidating. Like they don't take that seriously. That's women's stuff. You know, even if you make a lot of money, they just think people are crazy and giving you money and you're just lucky. It's not competition. You can be a hard feminine worker. Yes, work smarter, not harder. That's why I said, you know, a lot of women don't like me because I say, oh, get money from a man. And well, what if I have my own money? Well, save it. You won't have it if you spend it. Duh. Save your money. Why spend, like Lil Kim say, why spend mine when I can spend yours? It doesn't make you any less of a woman. It makes you more of a woman. Think about it. It makes you more feminine. And it's just an act. It's not real. I mean, we know women can do a lot of stuff. We know we've done it. But that doesn't make it appealing to men.